give us a round of applause for our first ever Wartilyo Grand Champion, Dennis David.
One thing that I really like about community building and the competitive scene in general is a continuity to a long-term narrative that we have. So last year, Wartilyo ran its first ever tournament, the WWT, and it was won by our good friend Dennis David. He played Skaven, and we felt that it would be interesting if this year and maybe the tournaments moving forward reflected what happened the year before. Last year, Skaven won, so the championship table is going to be Skaven themed in celebration of the kind of different, of that event last year. A couple of months ago, me and some friends were playing Vermintide 2 when it came out for free on Steam, and we saw just how absolutely terrifying Skaven could be. We decided that we wanted to make a terrain table based off of one of those missions, particularly the one called Screaming Bell. And the town that we based the table off of is called Helmgart. We wanted to show people what a Skaven-controlled territory looked like. And it wasn't always going to be something that was overtly covered in banners and such, but it's supposed to be a ruin with this very creeping, quiet type of presence. And if all goes according to plan, if Nico gets to do what he wants to do, then you're gonna see that.
So we got these buildings 3D printed by M&M 3D Printing by Mix Alegre. And then we got the Skaven Screaming Bell bits from Dennis David himself. This project is dedicated to them, and it's kind of a secret that we'll reveal later. So basically for the buildings, we went with the slap chop method. So we primed it black, we dry brushed grays, whites, and applied contrast paint to things like the wood, certain leaves, and like other decorations. And then we gave them an all-over shade of Agrax Earth Shade to make the color more uniform. Afterwards, we did a final dry brush of ivory. Since we couldn't finish all the terrain on our first hobby day, we decided to finish it at Patrick's house. We planned on building the bell and gluing the terrain pieces together. So Christoph took the bell home, glued some 3D printed rats on, and painted the whole thing. For the last step, we had Nico install the lights to give the buildings that warpstone glow effect. And here's our finished Skaven terrain. This was not an easy process. We encountered several issues and delays, but we kept going and finished just in time for the GT. Every year we aim to create terrain themed after the previous year's champion. With the GT coming in May, we wonder who will be next.